In this video, I will build a Datejust inspired Seiko mod using parts from Aliexpress, and I will bring you along with me. All links to parts and tools used in this video are in the video description below. I wasn't really sure if this would result in a good looking watch, but I wanted to do it anyway, and I'll leave it to you to be the final judge. Like most of my builds, I always change the movement rotor when opting for a display case back. I chose this two-tone rotor to match the colors of the case and bracelet. So I start by unscrewing the stock rotor and replacing it with the silver and gold one. I chose this purplish mauve dial with gold indices because I wanted to have a polarizing design. I don't know how it will work with the rest of the watch, but this is the fun part about watch building. Sometimes you gotta push the limits to discover new things. One thing is for sure, this dial has a beautiful texture. Here I am pointing at the feet to cut for the dial to be installed on the movement. Of course, there will still be a bit of the feet that will need filing down for a flush installation. I use the air blower to remove any debris or metal filings from the back of the dial. After that, I install the dial on the movement and make sure there are no gaps, as that will make the dial look like it's off-center. Once the dial is in place, I need to put the hands in the midnight position to prepare for hand installation. I pull the crown to the second position and rotate it until the date switches. I was torn between baton and sword hands, and I settled for the sword hands. I think baton is too safe for a Datejust homage, and I wanted something that's a mixture of Rolex and Grand Seiko. I start by laying down the hour hand using a piece of Rotor and pressing it in place with the hand pusher tool. The minute hand goes next and must be aligned with the 12 o'clock index, just like the hour hand is. I just make sure to align it with the pinion before pushing it in. Once it's in place, I check for clearance between the two hands and then check if the date switches within the appropriate time interval. I am happy with the hour and minute hand installation, so I go ahead and lay down the second hand. This is the most challenging one out of the three, so steady hands and patience are key here. I use a piece of Rotor and my trusted eye loop to clean up any grease or dirt from the hands and indices. Now it's time to prepare the case. I unscrew the case back, put the gasket in grease and set it aside for now. I unscrew the crown and here we can see the case that I went for. It's a 36mm 2-tone fluted bezel case with a cyclops. I go ahead and give the sapphire crystal some much needed cleaning using this lens pen. Before installing the movement and dial inside the case, I need to remove the temporary crown and stem. I use this wooden pencil looking thing to press the stem release mechanism on the movement. After that, I can put the movement inside the case and push it in. There's a metal ring that comes with this case. You need to put in to make sure the movement will be firmly held in place once the case back is installed. I screw in the stem into the crown and use calipers to measure the excess that will need to be cut. I mark it using this black marker and I cut a few times to make sure I have the perfect fit. One thing that I missed to show in this video is locking the crown and stem together, and that can be done using Loctite glue. This will prevent the crown from separating from the stem when quick setting the date. Now that everything is in place, I clean up the display case back, install the gasket to help with water resistance, and close it up using the rubber ball. I then install the bracelet and size it using a 1.2mm flat screwdriver. And here's the final result. This one is a lot to take in. In all honesty, it's a nice looking watch that I would love to wear during the summer. But I do realize it's not everyone's cup of tea. I have a few remarks to make about it. I love the case design and finishing. The gold crown looks nice and is well proportioned. The purple mauve dial is the pièce de résistance of this watch. If it's not your thing, then I highly recommend either green or red dial with gold indices. The hands, dial and case go together very well. The bracelet, however, is a bit out of place here, as the silver part is brushed while the case is polished, so it might stand out in a bad way if you pay attention to these kinds of things. Talking about the bracelet, I think it's a good looking and good quality two-tone president bracelet that's sized using screws. I have issues with the excessively male end links and the plating on the gold part looking and feeling a bit cheap. The clasp is not bad, but it's not exceptional either. It's also important to note that it is a jangly bracelet, but I think that goes with the vintage date just vibe. I think the case back looks gorgeous with that two-tone rotor, which works very well with the overall design of the watch. Here are some case specs for you. Despite the 36mm case diameter, this watch is versatile and can be worn by the vast majority of wrist sizes out there. This is how it looks like on my 6¼ inch or 15.9cm sized wrist. I am wearing this one really loose because the articulation of the bracelet allows for it, and I strongly believe that this style of watches is designed to be worn as loose as possible. Overall, I really love how this watch turned out. All tools and parts are linked in the video description if you wish to build a similar watch. Let me know in the comments below what do you think about it. If you enjoyed this video or it helped you make a decision on your next build, please leave me some love by liking this video and maybe subscribing to the channel for more. You can also check out some of my latest builds, either this beautiful Grand Seiko GMT homage watch or this Tudor Black Bay 58 build. Thank you so much for watching.